crowd out there, man. Being in that ring, it's like a drug, man. It's like I can't get enough, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a junkie. I am addicted to pro wrestling, and my addiction is going to lead me to EIW, the Extreme Independent Wrestling, the new kids on the block. You see, they're having their very first show next week, next Friday, November the 17th, at an undisclosed location, and you best believe that the problem child Zaiden Kayne about to pull up and bring the ruckus. I heard you guys at EIW like to get a little extreme, so you best believe I'm coming for my pound of flesh. My resume speaks for itself. Over 12 years, I've been traveling all over this country, breaking necks and cashing checks. So you already know the vibe. It's just a matter of time before I get some gold around my waist so that anybody in that EIW locker room, run up and get done up. Hit my music.
Thought I fell off, but I stay low-key. And then when I resurface, you be acting like you know me. This right here for the OG Psycho County, fuck the police. It's always do or die for suicide. But if you feel mad, fuck them all, kill them all. You're fucking with a killer dog. Fuck them all, kill them all. You're fucking with a killer dog. Fuck them all, kill them all. You're fucking with a killer dog. If you want it, you get it. I wouldn't recommend it, dog. Fuck them all, kill them all.
Welcome to the Kill City Cup. I got the world by the balls. Spooky Lou, another wonderful WrestleRoni for me and for you. Brought to you by the VSW Podcast and brought to you by Kill City Cup. Check them both out after you're done with this. Today, I'm excited. You better be excited. The newest addition to the EIW roster held multiple championships in multiple states, multiple organizations, been on the scene for a minute. Please welcome to the show, Zaiden Kayne. How we doing? It's about time.
I know, man. It's been a long time coming. I'm finally on the WrestleRoni. I'm so happy to be here, man. It's been a minute. We tried to schedule something a while back, but had a wedding going on or something like that. And yeah, we're good though. We're good. We're here, and I'm happy to be here.
Congratulations on your marriage.
Oh, it wasn't me. It was my cousin.
I know.
Yeah. Oh man, I don't think anybody can put up with me for a lifetime. So I don't.
Fair enough. Fair enough, man. But we do have you on the channel. To folks that don't know, check out Saturday Night Shoot Masters. You'll see him there. We've got footage from you from ICS. Me and you's bumped into each other here and there, and we've got you on the Roni channel. And hell of a talent. That's why we wanted you to be on board for this. Let's go ahead and jump into. Let's sell the product, man. Let's jump into it. What was your first thoughts when you saw that there's finally going to be a hardcore fed right here in West Virginia?
It's about time. So it's no mystery to anybody. There's a lot of companies that run in West Virginia, and it's not that, I don't want to say it's like the same product everywhere you go, but it's all just the basic, good guy versus bad guy, couple tag matches here and there. The women's wrestling's taken off really, really well, but there's no sense of there's no alternative. There's no type of alternative. And the fact that there's actually a hardcore show, all types of crazy matches, and it's coming up. It's something different. It's a breath of fresh air, and it's got a lot of room for growth because, again, that's something that hasn't been done around here in a very, very long time.
Well, we're glad to have you in right at the ground floor. We're going to hit the ground running. For folks that don't know, you know you're hardcore. Just take us around some of the hardcore things Zaiden Kayne's been through in his career.
Man, excuse me if I name drop a little bit, but
please do. People love.
Let's see here. We did a TLC match for ASW, and it was me and Raw Talent, my big brother, versus another well-known hardcore guy around the area, Smokey C, and the Blazing Eagle. We did the TLC match was the only time in history ASW's ever done that match. Like, they haven't duplicated that match. They've never booked it again since then. And that was 8 years ago, 8 years ago when we did that. Yeah.
Okay.
The same thing goes with we did a barbed wire death match. Me and Raw Talent against Rocky Rage and Shane Storm at ASW as well. They wrapped up the ropes and barbed wire, and Gary Dameron literally thought the match was so bad that, and not bad in the sense of, we went out there and wet the bed or whatever, in the sense of we beat our bodies up so bad and lost so much blood, man, to where they've never done that match again.
Ooh.
Rocky Rage had to go to the hospital because he tore a piece out of his arm from getting caught in barbed wire, and you could see muscle tissue hanging out and everything.
Oh boy.
Yeah. We fought to the outside of the ring in the opening of that match. Me and him fight to the outside of the ring, and he gets me down. He reaches under the ring for something, and he finds this guitar, and he hits me with the guitar, and it completely splits my forehead wide open. And 2 minutes into the match, I'm gushing blood and can barely see out of one of my eyes. Yeah.
So you've done the thing then, huh?
Yeah. Drex Dyer. I wrestled Drex Dyer at ICS. You brought ICS up. It was me and him in a Fans Bring the Weapons match. I hit him a couple times, and I pushed him off, and I'm trying to go to the top rope and fly high up and hit the big move, and the next thing I know, Drex Dyer grabs a chair and throws it at me, and it hits me right in the face, and literally, again, we're 60 seconds into this match, and I thought I broke my nose because I'm just gushing blood at that point in time.
Damn. Yeah. That's another name right there. That's nobody to tangle with. You guys have had some wars.
Oh, yeah. Drex is probably one of the toughest guys I've ever been in the ring with.
No doubt.
He's just one of those guys that can just, no matter how much you put him down, he wants to come back and he wants to continue to fight. It's like he feeds off of it, and that's what drives me. Is just, damn, I'm sitting here getting punched in the face, but I kind of want to do it again. Kind of want to do it again.
We're going to give you some opportunities to get punched in the face all you like, I promise you.
Listen, man, there's a bunch of people up that way I've been wanting to wrestle with anyway, so I'm excited to be a part of it.
Okay. Well, let's segue into that. Who have you had your eyes on? Who would you like to get in the ring with?
Billy Knox, for sure, man. Like, I have known Billy Knox for about a year or two now, since he's broken in. He's come down to wrestle for Omega and a few other companies down this way a few times. So we've always bumped into each other. We've always hung out. You know what I'm saying? Broke bread and everything. But I've never got to wrestle this dude. Okay. Never got to wrestle this dude. And I'm like, listen, somebody one day is going to make it happen. Somebody's going to make it happen. And here we are.
Here we are.
Here we are. My former tag partner, me and him, actually won the ASW tag titles together. Dustin Alexander. Okay. I'd love to get Dustin one-on-one, man.
Current RSW champion right now.
Yeah. Literally, guy was part of my first match, Vance Desmond. I'd love to get a hold of Vance, man. My first match was a big 15-man Royal Rumble style match or whatever, and I'm out there fighting my heart out. First ever match, I had no idea what I was doing, and a couple of the veterans tagged up on me. One of them was Jugulator. It was Jugulator and Smokey C, and they double teamed me, they go to throw me out of the ring, and I land on my feet on the outside like a cat, but I'm still on the apron. They move out of the way, and I look up, and here comes Vance Desmond like a fucking ninja, and drop kicks me in the face. I go flying off the apron and get eliminated. And ever since then, I'm like, man, here we are, 12 years later, and I still want my rematch with Vance Desmond.
There we go. Okay, yeah. Ooh.
And I still want to fight Vance Desmond.
I don't blame you. A lot of folks do. So.
And that's that match with him and Dustin Alexander. Yeah, I want a piece of that.
I hear you. Oh man, wait till we put that match up in its entirety. That'll be on the channel soon. That was a crazy one.
I watched all the highlights that Dustin's been posting, and just the brutality, man. I want a piece of that.
Hell yeah. Okay, I dig it. Well, and I saw some pictures of you and Dustin Alexander last night. You guys were hanging out backstage at MVW. How'd things go with that show last night?
Very, very good. He faced Sean Baker. They had a really good match last night, and I beat Tyler Jacks to a bloody pulp. You guys know about Tyler Jack. I think you've had him him on the podcast before.
Yeah, Tyler's my dude. I saw some clips on Facebook, and didn't even put some skewers in his head.
Yeah, fun fact. It was a last man standing, but it was also teacher versus student. So before Tyler Jack started working with Jason Kincaid, I was training him at my school.
Okay.
So I had my hands on Tyler Jacks for a little bit, and then he started going on the road with Kincaid, and Kincaid put that sorcery on him. Mm-hmm. So he got even better. He's been making a name for himself, but kids like that, he's early on, first year in the business. He's trying to get a little ahead of himself. So I had to show him, take him to school a little bit. I had to take him to school.
He's been on a roll. Somebody had to humble his ass.
That's what I told him. I was like, man, this is going to be a learning experience. So, here we go.
I just received footage from Mount Kilpus against Willie Storm and Johnny Duff. Did you see any of that match? Any good?
That was a banger. That was a really good match. That was a banger. Mount Kilpus, two other guys I'd like to go one-on-one with, actually. I have actually wrestled Paulie, but I haven't wrestled Gannon yet, so, yeah.
Okay, well, they're both a big part of EIW.
I know that's right.
We've done booked the next year.
Yeah, I've watched those guys, man, since they started, and then me and Paulie went one-on-one at Mega Pro Wrestling before, so yeah, we went one-on-one at Mega, and then I'm like, well, now I got to wrestle Gannon. So we're gonna make it happen.
Hell yeah! Here on the
you guys got a lot of good talent up that way, like a lot of good talent, and I'm ready to mix it up with them.
No doubt. I'm ready to see it. I'm ready to record it. I'm ready to put it out to the masses. I'm about it. Now, we know you've been everywhere, but doing a lot of stuff in West Virginia. You've been in the game for, 12, 13 years, I believe?
Yeah, May 1st will make 13 years since my first match. May 1st will make 13 years since Vance Desmond drop kicked me in the face.
Okay.
Make exactly 13 years to the day. And Vance Desmond don't look like he's aged a bit.
I know. It's ridiculous.
Dude found the fountain of youth, and I don't know how, man, but we'll...
He made a deal with the devil, I'm pretty sure, but you got
to
Probably. But the reason I ask, here on WrestleRoni, I do my best to try to document West Virginia wrestling history. You've been around, you've seen the changes, the good, the bad, and the ugly. What's changed positively? What's changed negatively? What can you put out there to the folks?
Positively, the growth. There is so when I broke in, there was a guy named Alan Lynch that was running XMCW before Brandon Ashworth got a hold of it. Okay. He was running a school, and it was him and Beastman, Wes Fetty, and Shane Storm as the coaches. They were the only school in the area at the time. So when I first started, and I was living in Ohio. I was living up towards the Columbus area at the time, so I would have to drive almost 2 hours to St. Albans every week just to get the training. I spent more money in gas to get the training than I did to actually pay for training for 3 or 4 hours a week just because I wanted it that bad.
Hell yeah.
but positively, as far as the wrestling goes, like, there's way more schools. I mean, you guys have a school now with Real Shoot. There's Power Slam. FTC has a school. There's a lot of places now. There's more places for people to learn and actually get into the business and grow and actually try to get their names out there. When I first broke in, it was like, that was it. I had to drive almost 2 hours to get to school because there was nowhere else to go.
Wow. Okay.
There's a lot more opportunity for people to actually be able to learn professional wrestling and get into the sport and get into the craft.
Good.
And I think it's a great thing because there's so much good talent out there now, so much new talent. And I'm glad that I'm still young enough to where I can still hang and go with these guys, man. It's really great. Negatively?
Yeah, put them on blast. Light them up.
Negatively? I mean, flat out. I mean, I've seen posts about it. Nobody wants to work together, man. It's a lot easier to say, screw this guy or screw that guy, instead of just everybody working together and building each other up, man. There's enough wrestling to go around for everybody. There's enough draw to go around for everybody. Everybody can make money and have a good time without all the bullshit and the behind the back shit.
Yeah, thank you.
And I'm one of them people, man. I'm almost 13 years in, man, and I still believe in just showing up and working. I'm not gonna pull up and kiss no promoter's ass. I'm not about that, man. Hell no. My work in the ring should speak for itself.
Yep.
I shouldn't have to pull up and do the favor to the promoter and brother and that's fake shit, man. That's fake as hell to me. I'm not about none of that. I just want to show up and work and have a good time. Wrestling's my safe place. And nobody wants to work together. Like I said, there was behind the back, like all the backstabbing and all the fake shit was going on when I first broke in, but now it's like it's not being hidden anymore.
Okay.
That's the only negative about it now. It's not being hidden anymore. Now people are just fake as fuck to your face, and it's acceptable.
Okay.
That shit's acceptable, man. And then if I react, I'm the asshole. Oh, don't book him no more. He's the asshole for saying something. Oh, all right then. All right then.
Isn't it something?
Man, and I'm grown, man. Let's do business. Like, there's no reason people can't be professional and work together.
Thank you.
Like I don't get it, bro. Like, I've never understood it, man.
No, and I'm so glad that you said, there's enough of a draw for everybody. I mean, there's enough of a draw here in my neck of the woods where we're starting a whole nother promotion. That's why I put the post out. We're the latest and greatest alphabet soup. Kiss my ass. I mean,
I made a post about that, and I said, I'll support people that don't support me, and it is what it is, because I'll share flyers that shows I'm not even on.
Oh, same, yeah.
I will share flyers to shows I'm not even on. Why? Because it takes 2 seconds to go on Facebook. You're already scrolling on your phone anyway. It takes 2 seconds to hit like and share.
Yep.
And guess what? You've helped that company grow a little bit. Even if you're not on it, man, it'll help put butts in the seats. Everybody's on social media anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's not my match, even if it's not my show and I'm not booked, who cares? If it's in my area, I'm going to share it.
Yeah. I want the whole scene to grow, man.
Right.
The way I look at it, I've gotten in arguments with people. If our guy's on that show and I'm promoting that show and that show's streaming live on pay-per-view, then it makes them look like a bigger deal when they're here at RSW. Yeah. I don't.
And people don't get that. It's just hey, those guys are over there doing their own thing. Screw those guys. They're not doing what we're doing. It just don't make no sense to me, man. I just think it's bad business.
Right. And I'll be honest with you, like, I came out the gate spiteful because there has been a lot of hatefulness lately. A lot of people accusing people of other things and competition where there's no competition and just silly things. And there were some spiteful situations that I came out of that brought about this promotion. But still, I do want pro wrestling, and I don't want any pro wrestling. Maybe one promotion in West Virginia to fail, but other than that, I want everybody to succeed.
and
go ahead.
And I'm on the path. I'm on the mindset to where, like, when I first broke in, it wasn't like as bad as it is now. But when I first broke in, it was just like, hey, we're booking you here. and I get pulled to the side by one of the boys, and they're just like, "Hey, man, we just want you to know that we've seen that you had a booking for this show." And I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "Well, the promoter's already said that whoever works for this show won't be working for him no more." I'm just like, "What? That's kind of silly. What's that got to do with me?"
Yeah.
What's that drama got to do with me?
Yep. I've been a part of that
nothing.
too.
Absolutely nothing. What does that drama have to do with me in my name?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to work, man. I got nothing to do with with one company hating another company. That's got nothing to do with me.
Exactly.
I'm just showing up to work, man, and do my job and help entertain the people and put butts in seats.
Yeah. I'm just a camera guy, and I've had to tell people, but it's independent wrestling.
Yeah.
It is independent. So, yeah.
I just show up and wrestle, man.
Yeah.
I just show up and wrestle. I ain't got time for all that drama. It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
I feel it. I feel it. That's why I'm
Because
glad.
at the end of the day, I mean, I'm 34, man. I've got a lot of youth left in me, and I've got a lot of experience already behind me. So I'm good to go. I'm good. I'm gonna be doing this for a very long time, and I want to make memories, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got time for all that behind the back Carney brother shit. No, I ain't got no time for that.
I hear you.
I'm trying to make memories that's gonna last a lifetime. So when I'm old and folded and can't do it no more, I can look back and be like, damn, I had a great time.
Exactly.
I had a great time. I got to travel and do what I love to do.
Exactly. And that's what I'm going for with this channel. I want to document every possible thing I can, whether it's in the mat, in the ring, or on the road, or just bullshitting about the good old days like we are right now. You know, put it on YouTube for somebody to watch 1,000 years from now.
Exactly, because eventually we're not going to have this no more.
Yeah.
There's going to come a day where we're not going to have this no more, and I want to be able to look back and be like, damn, I really had a good time with good people.
Yeah.
I had a great time with really great people, man, and cut the rest of the shit out. Everything else should be cut, man. It's ridiculous.
What about some of the good people you have worked with that might not even be in the business anymore or might not be with us anymore regardless? So what's some of the names you can throw out there?
I fucking miss Woody Numbers, man. I miss Woody so much, man.
Yeah.
I miss my boy Woody. Oh, Johnny Blast too, man. I miss Johnny Blast in the locker room. He was always he always spit wisdom out, man.
Hell yeah.
And it didn't make it. Johnny Blast was one of those guys that would spit wisdom out in the locker room, and it wouldn't make sense then. But then when later down in your career, when you do something in a situation, you're like, damn, that made sense.
There you go.
It made a lot of sense.
Right. Hell yeah. Johnny Blast.
Oh, Bubby. Yeah, oh, Bubby.
There we go. Hell yeah. Well, we're talking about extreme. We're talking about crazy. What's some, besides like death matches and you talking about getting your face busted open and different things, what's some crazy things you've seen, whether it be in the ring, behind the curtain? Let folks know how crazy independent wrestling can get.
Woo. Oh, man. I've seen, what was that? Oh gosh, how crazy! I forgot what the hell is dude's name. He got cut open by New Jack, man. Oh, Gypsy Joe. Gypsy Joe. There it is. Gypsy Joe, man. For the fans who don't know and want to see something bloody and nasty and disgusting, what YouTube New Jack versus Gypsy Joe, and you won't be disappointed.
No
Gosh,
doubt.
man.
Oh my goodness.
I'm glad you knew what I was talking about. I'm glad you knew what match I was talking about. Oh. Anything New Jack's just, oh man. New Jack was good to work with if he liked you.
He was throwing Gypsy Joe into chairs and beating him with everything he could, but had the crowd yelling racial slurs at him, so he had to take it out on old Gypsy Joe.
Having the crowd, you had the crowds yelling "stop the match" and everything. New Jack just doesn't care, man.
No doubt.
Just doesn't care.
And while we're talking about fans, let's segue into that. You've been around. Let's compare West Virginia fans to Ohio fans or New York fans. Tell me how fans can differ from state to state or promotion to promotion.
they all want different stuff. So West Virginia and kind of close to the tri-state area anyway.
Okay.
They're still on that good old boy, it's still real to us, good guy versus bad guy, David versus Goliath thing. So you can give them the most simple hometown hero, good guy versus the cheesy out-of-state bad guy, you know what I mean, over the top, and they're going to love it. Like, they're absolutely going to love it. But you can't do that in somewhere like Pennsylvania or New York because they're not going to buy that. Like, they want wrestling. They want wrestling. They want, like, damn near that Japan style, like, punch them in the face, like, kick them in the face type shit.
Mm-hmm.
Texas, because I worked in the Texas area. They lucha all day. If you can lucha, you will make. I've 13 almost 13 years doing this, man. I've never made more money in professional wrestling than I have in Texas.
Really? Okay.
Merch and everything. Like I flew back from Texas with no t-shirts.
Hell
like
yeah.
no shirts at all, man, because they bought me out.
Dope. Okay.
And if you can do some lucha, they will love you in Texas. We did a show down there, and me and two of my buddies that went, and we were the only three on the entire card who didn't wear a mask.
Okay.
Everybody in the entire locker room had a mask on, except us. I'm like, ooh, we're the oddballs. We're the oddballs. Mm-hmm. And we went out there and had a triple threat, and we killed it, man. And surely enough, people just started coming up. Most of them just spoke Spanish, and they just started coming up to the merch table and just buying all of our stuff out.
Hell yeah. Good.
Yeah.
No doubt. Okay. Well, that kind of throws me back to EIW. We just put out a promo. Willie Storm has been going off on Billy Knox on another level. In walks Zaiden Kayne. I can assist you. Tell me about your relationship with Willie Storm. Tell me what we plan to do in EIW.
I've known Willie since he's got his start, and he's always been the good old boy. He's a sweet boy, sweet soul Willie Storm. I mean, he couldn't bust a grape in a fruit fight. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But his work ethic is really strong, man. Like, he works his ass off in that ring. And even outside, like, he tries to get better. I watched him go from just being a referee. He put in the work. He started losing weight and all types of stuff, man. And now he's, like, wrestling all over the place, doing really good for himself. Mm-hmm. But Willie doesn't have that killer instinct if he wants to fight. If he's looking to fight Billy Knox, man, like, it's not about to happen.
Right.
Like, Billy does the mind games, man. Mm-hmm. Like, Billy's going to get in his head really fast. And he's going to break Willie Storm down mentally. And he's not prepared for that. He's not. And I at least, if I can, I want to offer him some kind of advice to where he can at least be mentally prepared to go into this battle. You can be physically prepared all you want, but, I mean, that's only half the fight. That's only half the fight. If you're not prepared mentally, Billy's got him beat.
Right.
So Willie, at the end of the day, Willie Storm needs to learn how to pull the trigger, and I think I might be the guy to be able to help him do that.
I dig it. Believe me, I want the craziest, best match possible, so I'm down for it. It does look like he has something to prove. He wants to prove a point. I definitely have high hopes. And we know you're going to be there. We haven't announced the match yet because, honestly, we don't know the match yet. But we're going to find out. There you go. In a perfect scenario, what's the perfect scenario for Zaiden Kayne this coming Friday?
Perfect scenario, I'm going to bring the ruckus. That's all it's going to be. I'm going to bring the ruckus, and we're going to find out. Whoever steps in the ring, I feel bad, because now we're in an element to where I can do what I want. I can use whatever I want, and it's going to take me to a place to where whoever's in that ring with me, they don't want to go to that place. Because I've been to the bottom, man. I've been to the bottom and had to pull myself out of a dark hole, and I have no problem taking people to that dark hole with me.
Okay. I tell you what, you talk about being at the bottom. We know you've been at the top. take me as low as you can take me. Take me as high as you can take me. Within, reason. You don't have to put your life out there for everybody, but just kind of let the folks know some of the highs and lows Zaiden Kayne's been through.
Man, lost a lot of things. I've lost jobs, man, as so many people have. I've had money stolen from me. I've lost places to live. I've lost vehicles. I've had one of my kids taken from me. It's been rough, man. I've watched my family go through addiction. Lost a few family members through addiction. Still just trying to get past all that. I just lost my dad 2 years ago.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. And my mom, she still hasn't really processed it yet. She's just still trying to, stay busy, stay working and stuff like that. So trying to be there for her, trying to be there for my other kids, still trying to juggle wrestling. Normal problems like a normal person would have, minus a few things, but I mean, stress builds, and like I said earlier, wrestling's my happy place, man. It's my safe zone to get away from all that, to unwind from every bit of that.
I totally understand.
And even with wrestling, it can get overwhelming, man. I've, like so many people, I just want to get out there. I want to get my name out there and work hard, and I know I work hard. And it does suck, man. It gets to you when you bust your ass, you put that work in, and people still shut doors in your face. Like, people still slam doors in your face and make you feel like you're not enough, or you're not good enough to be a part of their show, or make you feel like you don't have a place. You know what I mean? And that wrestling is the only place I feel like I have a place.
I got you.
And when that situation presents itself, it just motivates me to work harder. It motivates me to work harder and go out there and prove to some of these shows that don't want to bring me in for whatever reason. It makes me want to go out there and work harder. To where they're like, you know what? Maybe we should give him a chance. Maybe we should give him a chance and bring him in.
Well, I feel that 110%, believe me.
Because I've seen people lose sleep over bookings, man. I've seen people lose sleep over not getting used on shows. And it's I don't want to be that person, man. I don't want to be the person sitting here pulling my hair out because why am I not good enough? Hell no. Let me go out here and work harder and get better.
Hell yeah. Yep.
Let me go out here and bust my ass and make these companies want to book me.
I feel it. Do you think, we was talking earlier about how much talent there is on the scene. We both know you're a damn talented dude. You kill it everywhere you go. But I look at RSW, how Tim Cross books. He has his set guys that he works with, and there's so much talent. Do you think that has something to do with it, or do you think there's just a lot of personal agendas, or is it a mix?
It could possibly be a mix. I mean, I've been around for 13 years. So, I mean, some promotions may have developed personal feelings about me. It is what it is.
Right.
But again, that doesn't stop. That shouldn't deny my work ethic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How anybody can feel about me personally shouldn't stop me from being over it. Shouldn't take away from what I do in the ring. It shouldn't take away from what I can do in the ring. Like, can I go out there and wrestle and make you some money? That should be the question.
Yeah.
Did you see the local Facebook drama going on with such and such? Nah, man, I ain't got time for all that. Let me go out here and wrestle.
Mm-hmm.
And again, yeah, there is a rate time because again, there's schools everywhere, man. Like I said, you got the Real Shoot School, you got the Power Slam School, you got PWL, you got FTC. There's so many schools with literally within 2 hours of each other. All of them are within 2 hours of each other.
Yep.
Like a very short distance, you can go and get trained. So there's a lot more talent being produced And that's just it's a lot more. The pond is becoming a lot smaller with more fish.
Yeah, there you go. And as long as you've been around, you saw the internet play into indie wrestling, whether it be social media, whether it be streaming sites. What can you tell me about the changes in wrestling thanks to these streaming sites, thanks to social media, for the good or the bad? What have you seen?
Young wrestlers, if you're just breaking in, even if you've been around for a while, take that social media serious. It can either make or break your career. Watch what you say on the internet, especially nowadays. Everybody can get canceled. Literally nowadays, I'm posting like music related because I do my own music, and I'm posting wrestling, nothing else, man. I barely even post my personal life because the internet don't care about that.
Right.
And again, it can either make or break it. If you use the internet the right way, you can blow up and get viral. And next thing you know, people are trying to offer you contracts and stuff like that. I mean, it can really be a blessing, but also it can be a curse because you're going out here complaining about your relationship problems or your job problems or whatever it may be, always whining and crying on social media. Promoters aren't going to want to do business with you. I mean, at least that's how I look at it. I look at it like, you're out here if people are out here constantly using social media in a negative way, why would I want to bring you onto my company?
Yeah, bring that negativity along with you.
Yeah. If you're out here portraying yourself in a negative light for the entire world to see, why would I want you representing my company?
Right. Who do you see that's doing it right as far as talent or promotions?
What is it?
Who do you see that's doing it right on the internet as far as social media, streaming, as far as talent or promotions? Who's doing it the right way?
There is a kid out there, and I also got a hand in training him too, Gen Z.
Okay.
Gen Z is doing a phenomenal job, man. He markets himself perfectly. If you go check out anything on his social media right now, you can just go to his Facebook. Everything he has on there looks very professional. It's advertising his pro wrestling tees, all of his shirts, all of his merch he's got up, everything. It looks literally like somebody professionally went in and constructed his social media.
Yeah, agreed.
And the way he portrays himself, it looks very professional. So I would immediately look at this kid just because how he presents himself on social media. He's got a cleaned up, professional looking account. Let me go ahead and check him out.
There you go. Now
he's not on here complaining about his life or religion or politics or any of that stuff. No, he's handling himself very well.
And especially at that age, you think you have a lot to complain about. So good on him,
He's doing very good at marketing himself the proper way on social media.
Hell yeah. I like it.
And like you said, he's young, man. Mm-hmm. He'll be 18 this coming year. Like, he's doing it the right way, and it's crazy. No one had to tell him. No one had to tell him that either. He did it on his own.
Yeah. And he
did it on his own.
There's some people, just born with that in them, so. And
for people who don't think like these big TV promotions send scouts to look at your shit, they do.
Mm-hmm.
They do. There's somebody sitting in a desk somewhere working for the Fed, looking at your account right now to see how you run your social media. Hey, maybe we should give this guy a tryout down here in Orlando. Well, never mind now. He's on here talking about Donald Trump or Biden or whatever it may be, out here complaining about religion or whatever it is. Never mind. On to the next one. Because at the end of the day, we all have that dream of one day making it to the big leagues on TV, right? All getting the big fat contract, making all that money and all that good stuff. There is a million other people out there with that same dream.
Exactly.
There is a million other indie wrestlers right now with that exact same dream. And if you're out here making yourself look like a jackass for the entire world to see, why would they hire you?
Yeah. When they know you're going to be a problem. Yep.
Yeah, why would they hire you? And Logan Paul's an exception.
Right. Yeah, there's always
Logan
an exception.
Paul's an exception, man. But I mean, but again, Logan Paul was already rich and famous before he ever got brought in and put on wrestling television. You know what I mean? So for the average Joe like me or you to do something like that, they wouldn't give us a second look, man.
Exactly.
They wouldn't give us a second look. On to the next one.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, let me ask you this, and you don't have to name names, probably don't want to, but has there been a situation where you saw a worker on social media and you're like, damn, they hold their social media down. Then you meet them at a show and some crazy shit happens. Is it usually what you see is what you get, or have you been surprised?
I've actually seen that. I've seen, what is it? The old saying goes, how you are behind my back is more important than how you are in front of me.
Okay.
I've seen a lot of that on social media, just the whole, hey, look at me and my rainbows and sunshine life, and then you get in the back and it's that old carny shit, and I'm like,
okay.
Just keep my opinion to myself. my business and hit my vape.
I feel it.
My business and keep, cause you know what I'm saying. We had what got me through the first 2 years in my career, man, was keeping my ears open and my mouth shut. You got 2 ears in the mouth for a reason. You can listen twice as much as you can talk. So I'd keep my ears open and keep my ears open and my eyes open and keep my mouth shut, and it got me through my first 2 years. I still do that shit now because I'm like, I know where the drama comes from. I know I've been around long enough to see everybody that talks all this drama and does all this behind the back stuff, and then I just sit there and just listen. And I just listen, and I just listen. And then when it's over, I go about my business because I already know for a damn fact my name ain't coming up out of nobody's mouth, especially to my face.
Right.
Because ain't nobody about that life. Ain't nobody about that life. Ain't nobody about that fucking life.
Good.
But I've seen it to where it's just, look at me on social media doing all this and all that. But then I see the scumbag shit in the locker room, man. It's just, let me stay away from all that. Because again, I just want to wrestle. I don't want no problems with nobody. I don't want no beef with nobody. No drama. I just want to wrestle, man, and have a good time.
Hell yeah. And your work speaks for itself.
And if you got an issue, I'm grown. Come holler at. Let's talk.
Yeah.
Let's talk about. I'm not gonna beat your ass at a show, man. That's unprofessional.
Right.
That's unprofessional. What I'm gonna do? Swing on you and lose my booking? That's stupid.
Right.
Then we both lose money. We both lose out on money, bruh. Let's talk about it, and we can resolve this issue. And then guess what? We can come back at the next show and continue to make money.
Yeah. And hell, even if it ain't at a show and we got a problem, then let's talk about it. Believe me, I've been living the life too. Believe me.
Right. I'm 34, man. Let's talk. I'm grown, man. There ain't no reason we can't discuss shit as adults.
No. Yeah, it's not a very adult-oriented business, but that's okay. It makes it fun.
I get it. I fucking get it. Zaiden Kayne 7, 8 years ago would have swung on a motherfucker, but I'm grown. I'm grown and I'm fucking learning, man. You know what I mean?
Good.
I'm not going to jeopardize a booking because guess what? If I swing on somebody at a show, man, that can make the promotion lose their building.
Yeah.
Yeah, that can cause the company to lose a building, all types. Bro, that ruins it for everybody, man. What? No, yeah, I'm not gonna put myself or the company in a position. That's unprofessional, bro.
You got the booker mad at you, the roster, the fans, the ring announcer, the camera guy.
Yeah, I'm good, man. That's unprofessional.
Yeah, I said it on the last podcast. I'm working on putting the professional back in professional wrestling.
Yeah. Because again, like I said, man, people don't want to work together, and that's what we need. Mm-hmm. There should be no reason we can't all just work together. Ain't got to be no heat. Hey, you can run when you run, I'll run when I run. You use some of my guys, I use some of your guys, and it doesn't interfere with anybody. We all just work together. Everybody makes money. Everybody draws. Mm-hmm. And there's just no problems. But, I mean, it is what it is, man. I've never in my fucking life seen more grown men whine and cry until I got into professional wrestling.
Yeah.
Never in my life.
And I'm the first to say ego's necessary, but not a lot of this goes back to ego. I think it's maybe lack of ego. Maybe it's low self-esteem.
I was about to say I've never seen a bunch more insecure men, grown ass men with insecure problems than I have since I got into pro wrestling. Shit's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
It is.
Because they're more now than ever. People they're like scared for their spot, man.
Okay.
And I don't get it. Just go out there and work hard so you keep your spot.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Makes sense.
Go out there and bust your ass. Don't walk on eggshells, man. Don't make yourself uncomfortable at a company you work at. Just go out there and work hard.
And that's one thing I want to make clear about EIW. There's no walking on eggshells. Somebody was even scared last night in the group chat that they would get canceled for something they said in the chat. And I said, man, this is EIW. Like, we're not going to go out there straight up trying to be offensive, but this is kind of going back to my generation. It was a little bit more risque.
Right.
So let's have some fun and get vulgar. There's not, if you bring your kids to the show, I'm not going to tell you how to parent. That's fine, but it's going to get stupid. I promise you that. And we're bringing in a bunch of young kids, a lot of trainees.
I mean, just let them know ahead of time. If you got some young ones, just keep them in the back rows.
Okay.
I mean, that way, like, if something comes flying out, that way your kids aren't getting stuff thrown on them. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Glass shards or anything like that. I mean, if that's the case, just have the kids sit in the back.
Yep. At the death match at the Halloween special between Paulie and Billy, somebody had a baby there, and we pulled the tarp. We pulled the tarp over so the glass wouldn't fly, and they was like, well, we want to see it. Well, I was like, well, scoot back a little bit, please. Like, kids is going to get nuts.
I was in Columbus. I went to an ICP show one day.
Mm-hmm.
Went and seen the Clowns, and they had JCW there that night too.
Mm.
They did a bunch of music, and then had the ring out there, and had all the wrestlers. And it was Pondo and Too Tough Tony working for the title. They did the thumbtack spot. Thumbtacks are everywhere, and I'm dead ass. Parents, like a bunch of juggalos, had their kids there, and kids were sitting there trying to pick up thumbtacks off the ground. I'm like, oh, okay, this is the environment we're at. These kids are hardcore. I get it. It's all good.
And
kids are hardcore.
I was telling somebody today, like, my kids, they're young. My youngest is 7. I would have them at the show, but they would be safe. I'd have them back, but they're going to hear vulgar language. They hear me talk. So. And
I mean, I wasn't even on the show. I was just there to watch. And that was the first time I ever seen it. I'm like, yeah, kids are just really like sticking their hands through the guardrail trying to pick thumbtacks off the ground. It's amazing parenting. It's amazing parenting. Especially at an event full of juggalos. That's great, man.
Right. Yeah. Oh man, I went to an ICP show when I was 17, and I got busted in the nose with a 2-liter from Shaggy 2 Dope, but I kept at
man. Yeah. You got to watch yourself if you go to the shows like that, man. They'll be skyrocketing Faygo 2 liters off the stage, man. You got to watch your head, dog.
Yeah. I mean, my dumb ass was trying to catch it. That's why I'm not a wrestler. I'm not an athlete.
People be sitting there all hands up. Next thing you know, you're popped in the face.
That's what happened. Right in the nose.
Next thing you know, you're looking like Forrest Whitaker because you got one eye shut because you got hit in the eye with a Faygo bottle.
But so happy about it.
Yeah.
Couldn't have been happier to be busted in the nose.
Oh, yeah, for sure, man.
We was talking
I would have waited outside the tour bus like, look, bruh, I won't even send y'all the medical bill. Just sign my Faygo bottle.
Right. I didn't even have the balls to do that.
Faygo bottle. I won't even sue, man. I won't even come at y'all with no legals, bruh. Right. Just sign my shit. Everybody on this tour bus better sign my shit.
You see, they're kind of dabbling in NWA and kind of dabbling in wrestling.
Man, I'm so geeked to see Violent J back. He been killing it with Vampiro. He's in there bumping. He's in there taking bumps, man.
Yeah.
Violent J's in there hitting moves, and he's in there hitting DDTs and all types of stuff. I'm like, bro.
Hell yeah.
So literally the Clowns, well, at least Violent J anyway, has wrestled in every major wrestling organization.
Mm-hmm.
They just haven't showed up at AEW yet.
Not yet, but yeah.
Not yet.
Oh man, and they were popping up right when I was loving them as much as possible and wrestling as much as possible. They'd be on ECW, then WWF, then WCW. It was awesome.
God, I've mentioned my age too many times tonight, but I'm 34, man. So I grew up. I was born in '89. I grew up in the '90s. So when Hogan dropped the leg on Mach and formed the NWO, I was 7.
Okay.
So I grew up right in the right in the middle of the Monday Night War, so it was a great time to watch wrestling.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Me, I've got years on you. That was my teenage years, you know. Yep. So I was really eating it up during the Attitude Era because WWE grew up with me the way I looked at it. Like when I hit my teenage years, then they got risque, you know.
I watched Booker T, man, go from because he's my fun fact, if I haven't mentioned it yet, Booker T is the man who inspired me to put the boots on. Favorite wrestler of all time, always will be. Booker, man, I watched Booker go from the little short buzz cut to the long dreads, man. So I'm like, damn, I'm old. Uh-huh. I've watched this man's hair grow all the way down to his back.
I was a huge Booker T fan, still am, but him and Jarrett's feud in WCW, that was like the only good thing WCW was doing towards the end, but I loved it.
Yeah. Because thankfully, Jarrett, at that point, being the top heel was one of the only things they were doing right, man.
Yeah.
Because Jarrett was so easy to hate no matter who they sent out there. It was like, damn, they're going to cheer for him.
Mm-hmm. And he could work, too. He could, have a match, not just the character stuff.
And he could talk. So it was like, damn.
Yup. Even when I was a kid, when he worked Shawn Michaels at In Your House back in '95, I was like, ooh, okay. This is wrestling here. I like this. Speaking of which, that's something I've been meaning to ask you. We're talking about work rate and good matches. If you could recommend one of the viewers that's never seen a Zaiden Kayne match, if you could recommend one match to look up on the YouTube or IWTV or Fight, whatever it may be, or even 2 or 3 matches, whatever you think, what are you proud of that they should check out to see what Zaiden Kayne's all about?
I got a really good match with Impact Star Suicide.
Okay.
It's on the YouTube. Or if you guys want to see me with somebody more local, Jason the Gift Kincaid. I finally got a one-on-one match with Jason a few months back. So that's on the YouTube as well if anybody wants to check that out.
Hell yeah, I'm sure that's good.
And anybody who knows Jason knows he's about it, man. He's about it when he's in that ring, man. So for me to finally get that one-on-one with him, it's one of the matches I've really been looking forward to.
Hell yeah.
Because it's one of the matches I feel like I really had to like challenge myself. So like I had to set my game up where I know he's gonna stretch me like a fucking pretzel, man.
He does, too. Man, I just recorded him and Nurse Mike either last week or weekend before last. My
banger.
Goodness.
That was a banger.
Yeah. And him and Vance Desmond, they had a match on my birthday. When Tim booked that match, he said, I got a birthday present for you. And yeah.
Okay. Yes, you had a birthday show. That's right.
Yes.
You got Vance Desmond versus Kincaid? Hell yeah.
Uh-huh. Can you beat that for a birthday present?
Oh, my God. Speaking of Vance, man, oh, my God. This is how long I've known Vance. If he sees this podcast. So Vance was wrestling Jugulator at an RCW event, and it's run by Dirk Cunningham. That's one of the guys that trained me, actually.
Okay.
Goes by Dirk Extreme. Jugulator defended the RCW title against Vance. Mm-hmm. And Vance went up for, I don't know if you know what the spiral tap is. It's like a corkscrew senton off the top rope. Mm-hmm. Vance went to do the spiral tap and broke his leg when he came down.
Oh, no.
He landed sideways, and the side that he landed on was the leg he broke.
Oh, man.
Yeah, man. I'm right there. I was in training at the time, so I was working security for the show.
Okay.
So I'm standing right there at ringside and watched Vance Desmond break his leg. Yeah, man. That was probably one of the gnarliest injuries I've ever seen. Like right up close and personal too. Oh, it was bad, man.
Yeah, that's something that, me being ringside running camera, it scares me to death. Like, knock on wood, nothing too bad happened yet.
Absolutely.
Oh, man. Because
I wouldn't wish injury on my worst enemy, man. No. I would not wish an injury on my worst enemy. That's ridiculous.
I hate it. Nah.
And luckily, it was just his leg and not his neck or his back or anything. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Luckily, and luckily, he's able to walk and curb stomp Dustin Alexander into steel chairs and cinder blocks and all types of stuff, man.
God.
Yeah, his legs are working fine now, man. His
yeah.
legs are working perfectly fine now.
Better than mine, I promise you that.
Damn. But yeah, man, it was just one of the moments I'm like, God, it was just, I saw up close and personal the risks that we really do take when we step into the ring.
Right.
And literally, Vance hit the spiral tap, perfect form, man. He just happened to land on his side and he broke the leg. I'm like, damn. And still finished the match. Still finished the match.
Guarantee it. Vance
Still
does.
finished the match. Still finished the match.
Wow. Props to Vance.
And right there, just it put me at a whole new respect for Vance's work, for his work. I'm like, man, this dude really does put everything he has into the craft, man.
Yeah. And he's good. Wait, mark my words. Let's say it right here, right now on this podcast, recorded on November 12th, 2023. Wait and see what his daughter becomes. Mark my words.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. And we are in the final 10 minutes of the show already. Yeah, final 10 minutes. I give everybody, put out your merch, your socials. At the same time, any words of wisdom, anything you want to get off your chest, I do not care. The platform is yours to do what you want with it, my man. Have at it.
Just take care of the business, man. I mean, and again, like I said, like I've been touching on, because I'm getting ready to come up, work for you guys, EIW. I'm very excited, and I just want to do my part and help, man. Like, you're being good enough to give me an opportunity. So I want to do my part and help make this thing grow as much as possible, man.
Thank
and
you.
like I said, as should everybody that's on the show. You know what I mean? Even if it's not my match, I'm still going to like and share the poster, because I want to see the whole thing grow.
Yeah. And it means a lot to me, somebody of your caliber wanting to do that. So it's just as much appreciated.
It's one of them things, like, if one person's doing good, we should all be doing good, man. It should help just build the company and make it grow.
Yep.
I'm excited to be a part of it. I'm excited to see this thing grow and see it take off, man. But again, take care of the business, take care of each other, because we're all in here for the same thing. We're all just trying to wrestle and make a little bit of money and make towns and have a good time. So there's no reason, again, why people shouldn't work together. I know that's like a forbidden language in West Virginia, but hey, we can all be working together, making money together, having a good time, but it is what it is.
It
is what it is.
I saw Tim Cross made a post today, since we're on the subject today.
You shared it, I think.
Did you see it? Okay, yeah, I did share it. You're damn right I did. Yeah, because he said right now there's 4 different promotions working together. And I saw one person in the comments there just having their laugh at it, and I said, okay, well, is what it is.
And there's no reason why people just can't work together and help each other, man. Help, like, if I can give words of wisdom, because like you said, man, I mean, it's no mystery. I've been winning championships all over the place right now, man. I've traveled and wrestled in 21 different states: Texas, Florida, you know what I mean? I wrestled in Texas, Florida, New York, North Carolina, Indiana, Philadelphia, all different places, man. And I've been lucky for that. I've been fortunate enough to be able to travel and see all these different places that I've never been to because of pro wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm lucky enough that all these companies around here are trusting me to put titles on me. And you see, I got a few behind me.
Mm-hmm.
I got companies that are like trusting me to represent their company, and that means so much to me, man. And it's to the point to where if you're on top of that mountain, if you're up on that hill and you're on that high and you're riding that wave and you feel like you're really on top of the world, take a second, take 1 second, man. Turn around, stick your hand down and pull that next person up, man.
Yeah.
Stick your hand out and pull that next person up, because that's how wrestling succeeds. That's how it thrives, man.
Yep.
Everybody's so insecure and scared for their fucking spot, man. Why are you afraid to help bring up the next person?
I appreciate it, and I appreciate you doing that for us at EIW. I honest to God do. For you,
I will help you guys any way I possibly can, man.
Well, We're going.
And I promise you right now, you ain't never gonna get no problems, no drama, no issues from me, man. I'm just gonna show up, wrestle, and do my part.
Let's go. Let's go. I think that's the perfect way to end it. How can the folks find you on social media or anything? Is there anything else you want to put out there?
Yeah, I'll be on the gram. I'm always on Instagram, TwinKiller666. Also on YouTube /TwinKiller. I'm on SoundCloud at TwinKiller because I'll be rapping. I'll probably trash if anybody want to listen to my shit, but yeah, I'm on there. And I have my own website, no third-party shit. I got my own URL, www.zaidenkayne.com. You can find all my information, booking info if anybody wants to contact me about that stuff. You can find links for my merch and everything. Also, you can find any merch at prowrestlingtees.com/ZaidenKayne. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it.
Hell yeah. I'm about it.
Yeah. Trying to do the damn thing.
I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate you being a part of November 17th, Extreme Independent Wrestling, First Blood, Last Laugh. What's going to happen with Zaiden Kayne? You got to be there to find out. If you can't be there, it's going to be right here on the Roni. In the meantime, treat each other with kindness and respect. Lift the next man up. You heard it from the man himself. He's doing something right. He's got 572 titles behind him.
That's right.
Damn it, they're pissing me off. We love you. Stay tuned to the Roni. We got so much good stuff coming up. Appreciate you tuning in. Zaiden, I'll ask you to hang on the line with me for just a moment. Till next time.
Thanks for having me.
Hell yeah. Good show. Always a good time. Pleasure having you. Y'all be good to each other. Stay tuned. West Virginia is about to be on fire.